All right, all right. So,
Abu, salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
thank you. Will you tolerate a way off-topic comment? So
I will tolerate whatever you want to talk about. You
I
my
think
man,
you're gonna
Abu.
like
Come on,
this.
man.
So I just sent you a bunch of images. Let me see if I can share my screen. Hold on, bear
Oh
with
yeah,
me
go ahead.
one
Hold on, 'cause
second.
I'm
Let's
looking.
see if I can share
I'm
screen.
horrible at checking Facebook.
Let's see. Shit. Okay, man, I got so much up here. Let's see. Let's see if I can find this Facebook. Oh, looks like I can. Hold on. Is this it? Oh, looks like I can share it.
Dang it.
All right. Can
Yep, it's coming
let
up
me see.
right now.
So what do you see? Let me
Yep.
hold on. Let me peek at the. Let me look on my phone to see what it looks like. You see a bunch of Hebrew text,
Yes, sir. With the blue and the red squares.
and that's all it's showing, right? All right, good.
Yes,
Good.
sir.
All right, hold on. Bear with me 1 second. I just want to make 100%. Yep. Okay, that's beautiful. All right, I'm gonna share this really quickly because I only got a few minutes.
You
All
got
right,
it.
so I want to run through a few. Let me just make sure just clicking through will show everything. Oh, perfect. Okay, so first, this is the Vatican's copy of the Taj. By the way, let me tell you what my motivations here are. Real quick, as you know, I like to get into when I get into the pews, I like to get into multiple thought experiments, and I like to get into views which may work against the position I've taken, work for a position I've taken. Like I try to look at all angles. I don't try to hide anything, right?
Which is why I have the utmost respect for you.
So I got something that you're gonna like. So I'm gonna show just a few images. So with that in mind, I know you've been promoting the idea that what if what looks like three dots or something like that, or three sort of apostrophes, what if that's this shorthand tetragrammaton, that shorthand version of the tetragrammaton that's used in certain rabbinic literature. In some places like Onkelos, it's usually a double yod, but in some places it's a triple yod. So what I would say to that is, well, it still needs to make sense in the larger context. So I came up with a thought experiment where it can make sense. So let's lay this out. So first on this screen, this is the Vatican's. So, oh, by the way, this will go towards your thing about a trade language or combining Arabic and Hebrew at the same time. I found a coherent thought experiment. So first piece of evidence, this is from the Vatican Library's copy of the Taj, which, as you know, is that trilingual edition of the Torah. What I got highlighted in red is that triple yod. They did it in an ornate way where they put one over the other two, but nonetheless, this is the triple yod. And by the way, this is the Shema that's up at the top. Then marked in blue is the word Allah, written in Hebrew characters, right? So that's point one, right? And I'm going to tie this all together. But so far what we got is on the same page, the Vatican Library's copy of the Taj, we have the triple yod to refer to the tetragrammaton, and then we have Allah appearing on the same page. Okay, so sorry, bear with me. Close that up. So next image, you can see this?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. So this is from, as you know, the Vatican has a copy of the Quran that's written. It's from the Middle Ages, written in the.
Oh, you didn't, Abu.
In
Okay.
Hebrew. So check this out. Now, this is from Surah At-Tawbah. They have the basmala, but it switches scripts in mid-sentence. So at the bottom there, underlined in red, it says Bismillah ar-Rahman, and then that's in Hebrew character. That's basically in Solitreo. And then in the fourth word, it abruptly switches to the Arabic text, right? So, okay. So we got that. So we've seen this. So now let me show you this email. This is from Conrad Dali, right? Since some people, I'm not a big fan of appealing to guys who made tentative suggestions, but nonetheless, since others want to, appeal to people who made tentative suggestions like David Bunis and others, I noticed something that we never really discussed with Conrad Dali. Like I've always treated Conrad Dali's email as, basically saying I don't see Arabic there, right? But the thing is, if we can treat tentative proposals, very tentative proposals, then it takes on a different shape. So Conrad Dali, in the email that he wrote, he said, and this is referring to that main pew, he wrote that one double belly could be the name of God, right? Allah. Okay, so with that in mind, here's my summary. I don't know if you can see my summary here. Point one, and I threw this together quickly, so there's a little typo in the third point. But point one, we have examples of Jews using the triple yod, that triple yod stand-in for the tetragrammaton, on the same page as where they're using the word Allah. Point two, we have examples of Jews abruptly switching from the Hebrew script to the Arabic script, right? And then point three, one scholar tentatively proposed that this says left side, I should say right side. The right side of the relevant pew might have the word Allah there. So with that, here's a new proposal for you that I thought you would like, because those three lines on this pew have never been interpreted. So since you like the idea, this is tentative, but just a thought experiment that I thought you would like. In the green, you have the triple yod, stand in for the tetragrammaton. In the blue, you have what Kanardali or Janardali, I think actually the C in his name is pronounced like an English J. Janardali's proposal that it's a law, and then the rest is what was proposed by three scholars, Ilahi Nas. And so the interpretation as a whole would be, now when they use that triple yod, they usually pronounce it Adonai, maybe Hashem, but this would be Adonai, Allah, Ilahi Nas. So it'd be like Yah, Allah, the God of humanity. Just wanted to throw that at you. It's a very lighthearted thought experiment, but I thought you would like this as we continue to explore all angles. And I'll get your thoughts before I jump off and head back to work.
So for me, I actually think this is more plausible than what's typically proposed for where the yods are. Like on the character, like on the pews that it says like la ilaha illallah and whatnot. I think this is more plausible in the sense to where, like, I think if there's going to be any Hebrew on the pews, it's going to be more of like in a Judeo-Arabic kind of a way, in a sense to where I think it's going to be like you're very familiar with like the Sufi writings from West Africa, where you see these lines on stuff all the time or whatnot, right? But nobody really knows what it means. I think this is a case where, like, it's most likely you're going to see it like this, or maybe like how you were talking about, like in front of something or whatnot, but more so like this than how it's been proposed on other pews or whatnot. So I think this is more plausible than like so. For instance, like on the pew where you're saying that it possibly says like more so Rasail or Rasul versus like the yods or whatnot. I think that's completely plausible or whatnot, or even more plausible in that situation, right? Because even if I put the hot, like you're saying, like make it make sense. So if I have it be like Arabic, Hebrew, and Ge'ez on that one pew, like Ha Sa Ya La ilaha illallah, it doesn't make a whole bunch of sense, right? But this could make a lot, like something like this can make a lot of sense, or like because again, you're putting like the three yods over God or whatnot, right? Just the simple word for God or whatnot. To me, I could definitely see something like that in like in a Judeo-Arabic kind of a way, right? Or in a cryptic Jewish kind of way, in that kind of sense, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I love the thought experiment.
I thought you'd like this. I figured you could clip it up and save it. I've wanted to unveil this here first, just as a thought experiment. Of course,
I got to ask you Faithful's question, Abu. So when are you going to admit that there's Arabic on the pew, boo?
I'm still skeptical. Yeah, for those who don't know, Faithful's been convinced that there's Arabic on the pew. I don't think he'll like this thought experiment, but nonetheless, I found something where the three yods can work. Because for me, invoking the 2 or 3 yods, it has to have a context, right? But this is a fun one, and I figured that summary makes it plausible. Also, another place where this works is, so interpreting that part on the right as a law rather than Anas. One of the big problems with Anas is that while it does clearly look like a scene, the problem with it is the trying to squeeze the Aleph, Lamed, Nun, Aleph into the right of that apparent scene is where it really gets shaky. It's possible, but it's so shaky.
Agreed.
This works a little bit better, maybe. And like I said, it has at least one scholar who tentatively proposed it, since some of our friends out there. And the other thing is also, this is to show, I think people should show everything on both sides of the side. As we know, there's certain gentlemen out there who, they got a whole catalog of images, or at least they claim to, and they're holding it back, and they're receiving email exchanges with scholars and holding back, the stuff they don't like. And it's a mess. I think everybody should show everything, show all your cards. And so this is an example of that. I had this thought, why not show it? And I figured it was a thought that would make you smile.
And again, for me, like to be clear, like, I personally still think it is more likely to be like Surah 114 ayah 3 with that part there, and I don't think it necessarily like, to me, it looks more like it doesn't look like a law right there for me, right?
Oh, I agree.
Like I said, on other parts of other pews, like I would tell like anonymous, like, no, a blind Muslim can see a law right there, but I don't see that one here, right? But again, those 3 yods or those 3 markings, potential yods over God, I look at that, I'm like, huh.
Adonai, Ilahi Nas, right? Yah, the God of humanity.
Yeah, exactly.
It's interesting. And then that's why I gave you the precedent, though, with the Vatican Taj and the Vatican Solitreo Quran. I figured it all fits together in an interesting way at the very least.
So did you? So if the We Woke Now and Benign Peoples is watching, did you just make a case for potential Hebrew on the pews, Monty?
Yes, I did. Well, I've always,
no,
it's
You about to get your Jesuit check cut off. What are you doing?
And yeah, I know, right? That's the belief, right? That the order prevents us from going that route. But oh well. Just a thought experiment. All my thought experiments are just that, But I figured you'd find this interesting. You know.
No, I appreciate that 100%, and I also appreciated your video from this morning and whatnot, or about Professor Salhi and whatnot. I hadn't caught that before. I was like,
Also,
ooh,
that inspired this in a sense, because check this out. While that doesn't really look like a law in general on the right there,
right.
it does sort of look like when that sign in Morocco. I guess I'd have to send it to you to pull it up, but that sign in Morocco where it says at the top that Yusuf Salhi was explaining, where it says at the top, Alhamdulillah, the lillah, that lam lam ha, it's an open ha, and it does sort of look like what's here in the blue, you know.
Mm.
Maybe hold on. Maybe I can put it together right now, and if I could just find it. I don't know if you got 30 seconds. Let's see.
Oh, I got all the time in the world for
Let's
you.
see. All right, let's see. I could probably put it together really quickly. Yeah, I can do this really quick. Let's see. Bear with me right here. I just got to grab it, and you tell me if this looks similar. All right, so here it is. I'm just gonna grab the lila part. Here we go. Edit, copy. Where's my little painting here? Control. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna put it right above this, and then I'm gonna send it to you. Here we go. Let's see if I can send this to you. What happens? Almost there, like 30 seconds away.
No, you good.
Yeah, let's play some music here. All right, let's see. It's trying to load up the message here. All right, here we go. All right, I just sent it to you. Now let me see if I can share it from my screen. Hold on one second. Boom, boom.
Oh, interesting.
There we go. All right, let's see if it hasn't come up yet on my
side.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
All right, there it is. Yes. Okay, so yeah, when you look at it like that, they do kind of look alike, because that at the top is clearly lam lam ha, and it's an open ha. That's another thing. This is a West African witness to an open ha, which is very central to all of these interpretations, these Arabic interpretations, where it's la ilaha illallah, ilah in ilahi nas. It's always proposing an open ha. So this is a West African witness to an open ha. But more importantly, it does look like this. What Janar Dali, the scholar Janar Dali, who, by the way, for those who don't know, is a Quranic translator. He worked on the study Quran. Had proposed tentatively, very tentatively, hesitantly, that this bottom on the blue could be Allah. So there is a similarity there, when you look at it like that. I don't know if you see a little bit more of a similarity.
Yeah, no, the moment I saw, I was like, oh, okay, I can definitely see that. Because and if I run that through, like if again the like the Sylvian Diouf concept, like sloppy Arabic showing up or whatnot, I'm like, okay, that I can't rule that out. And again, this is why we need those pews catalog, family.
It's huge.
Go ahead, you got it.
No, I was agreeing with you. Go ahead, you say that. It's because I've already said it. We definitely need everything cataloged, and public.
Yes, 100%. I'm going to re-show your video on my channel about that one, because I don't think that people understand that. There's people out there making the claims that they have all the pictures of all the pews or whatnot, but they're not willing to show the people or whatnot. And that's just, if this is something that's important to you, like if you're a quote unquote Hebrew Israelite, etc., or you believe that Jews came off the slave ship or whatnot, and somebody has pictures of all these pews and they're claiming that there's Hebrew on the pews, but they're not showing them to you, like, you got to ask yourself, why is that? Why is that conversation being stifled or whatnot, right? And it seems that like whenever markings are shown or whatnot, it's easier to link them to Arabic versus what the claim of like Sulatreo is or whatnot. But just to be clear, Abu just came on and made an argument where you can have both on the same pews or whatnot, right? And this is what I was trying to say from the very beginning of this whole thing, is it's not cut and dry. And what me and Abu have always agreed on is you got to take each pew case by case on this thing, right? And again, put all your cards on the table and whatnot. So I 100% appreciate Abu for putting this together and whatnot, because this illustrates even better than what I've been saying, what I was trying to say.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I'm glad I could be of assistance. I'm looking forward to you sharing the video. On that note, I got to get back to work. Thanks for letting me throw this on real quick.
You got it, fam.
All right.
Peace and blessings.
God bless.